All right, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all in another episode of Running With You. And today we're going to run about this clip I came across. I haven't watched it yet. We're going to react to it together. And it's basically a woman saying dating as a biracial woman is extremely hard. Let's go ahead on and see what she's talking about. Let's see what she mean by that. I would think it's kind of easy because a lot of men like to go for the biracial woman, but let's hear her out.
Dating as a biracial woman is extremely hard, and I'm going to tell you why. Listen to my personal experience, my personal opinion. This hopefully doesn't offend anyone, but okay. Dating is so hard because of assumption. What is assumption? The assumption is certain ethnicities date certain ethnicities, right? And I mean, that is true. A frat guy, sorority girl, like you get what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to say anything that sounds racist, right? So there's a lot of assumptions. So what I've learned recently is a lot of men make this assumption about me that I am only into black guys. So it's like they don't know if they want to risk it, right? And I feel the same way because a lot of guys, I'm like, oh, maybe they're only into white girls. And I get it. It's terrible that we think this way, but that is how dating is, right? So dating is hard for me because being biracial is hard, even though you might not think so, but you haven't lived as me. You're in the middle, so it's hard. But keep in mind this, right? People assume I only date black guys, and I get it. I had a black boyfriend. I've mainly been with black guys, and so I would be like, oh yeah, she likes black guys, okay. And then this is what I want to talk about. Pretend I have a pie chart, okay? This pie chart is showing the men that like me, the men that hit me up, the men that come, which is very, very little, but I would say it's like 93% black men, okay? And there's different types of those, right? And I'll put African in there too. Then there's like maybe 5% Hispanic and then like 2% other, right? So we have this pie chart of who likes me, right? But then we also have the assumptions, like she only likes black girls. So with that, these other people look at me and they're like, well, she's only been with that, like da 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 da. So I'm not gonna approach her because I da 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 da. So I'm telling you, assumptions is ruining dating, and it's hard because I'm biracial. So that's what I'm trying to say. And I hate it because I don't discriminate. I love me a white boy. I do. I used to in middle school. Then I strayed away from it, and now I'm back. I'm back, right? But dating is so hard because
Okay, first of all, how would a lot of these guys outside your social circle have these assumptions that you only date black men if you're meeting people out and about in the real world? If you're meeting people out and about in the real world that's not of your social circle, how would they have these assumptions that you only date black men? And it's coming over to me that you want more experiences with white men. You know, you did all this to really basically say you want more expensive experiences with white men. And I know that I've heard people say that being biracial can be tough when it comes to dating. Being biracial can be tough when it comes to assumptions because you have like an identity that you gotta you trying to appease your more white side of the family. You're trying to appease your more black side of the family, and sometimes you gotta pick a side and things. I know people who really struggle with that when it comes to being biracial, when it comes to your white side or your black side or your Latino side. So I do understand that dynamic, but you know, I think a lot of women they do seek the black man, but at the same time, you kind of whatever you put out, that's what you're gonna get. You could be a certain Latino who carry themselves a certain way, and I think a certain demographic of men gonna come at you, and a certain demographic of men gonna feel like you out their league, and you could be a certain type of biracial woman and you carry yourself a certain type of way, and a certain demographic gonna come at you and they're gonna think you right up their alley. So it's all about the how you perceiving yourself. It's all about you put out what you're attracted, what type of energy you giving, and it's gonna be what you in proximity of, like what you in proximity of, what your social circle looking like, uh, what type of rooms you're in, you know because a white man definitely will approach this woman, because First of all, it's going to be some white men who like black women. There's going to be some white men who like mixed women, especially, if they more lighter tone skin, so that could be help with the white man who trying to bring home a black girl or a mixed girl, so they family can approve. And a lot of this stuff be, if they family gonna approve and what they friends think. A lot of people like to go off of pleasing people around them and stuff instead of just going off what makes them happy. Let's continue.
White men do not approach me. They're not on my phone. They're not in my DMs. I don't get approached by them. And this is not a video to like, hey, approach me. No, I'm just sharing my experience because I want to, like, I'm like, does anyone else relate? Like, does anyone else get it that we have to stop making assumptions and just, if we think someone is pretty, we think someone is pretty. But I think, because the thing is, it's just, y'all, there's like gotta be some whole like research about this, because I'm telling you, like, for a white guy, he can approach a Hispanic girl and a Hispanic girl would, she probably would like him or whatever. But it's just different with white and black, y'all. It is really different. I really don't know how to explain it. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but my whole life experience, I've never really been approached by white guys. And I've never been one to be like, oh, I'm not pretty or da da da. I know I have a lot to offer, but it's the assumption thing. It really is. And it's ruining dating because we assume before we even get a word out, we assume before we even talk to someone that they wouldn't like us or yada hoo yada ha because of our skin color. Who cares about skin color? Like, can we be in a black and white film right now where everyone is just a little shade lighter
And it's crazy because it seems like she's the one who's doing a lot of assuming.
or darker? Like, I'm so sick of it. Like, it creates this fear too. Like, like you don't even know how to talk to someone because you automatically put this rejection in your mind. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's been my experience since predominantly only one ethnicity has ever really approached me, and I wouldn't even say pursued because your girl ain't got pursued for real.
And then a lot of times, what type of workspace you're in, what type of school you went to. Like if you went to a predominantly white school, you might have a predominantly you chances are you're gonna have a white boyfriend. If you went to a predominantly black school, chances are you might have a black boyfriend. Like a lot of that matters as well. We talk about this when it comes to the athletes who are black and get with these white women. A lot of them going to predominantly white schools, you know, and that's the real fact. If you take these same men and you put them in HBCU, odds are a lot of these women will probably be black.
But like, I just want a man of God. Okay, I want a man of God who I'm attracted to. Oh, like, I hope so. So yeah, I know that was a long tangent, but like, really think about it. Please don't comment some like weird, like, I don't know, because I've gotten the weird comments my whole life. People practically just telling me that I have it easy because I'm biracial, and I do not believe that. I believe everyone, no matter what color skin color they have, can have advantages and disadvantages. But yeah, I just wish I could wear a sign that's like, I don't discriminate. But I'm also not broadcasting myself like this. Like, this post, again, this is not to be like, I'm single, okay? I'm busy, but I just wanted to talk about this. So
Now, see, when I said I think a biracial can have it easy when it comes to getting approached by men, I think that could be said for a Spanish guy can see her and might be like, okay, I'll approach her. Or black dude, same way. A white dude, same way. So whereas if you're black, you're most likely going to get approached by mainly black. Especially if you black and you're a darker skin tone, but because it's, I think, a smaller group of men. That's more of a niche crowd. Like if you're very dark skin tone, like me, I like dark skin tone, but I know a lot of other men that prefer lighter skin tone. You know, but if you biracial, I think you just got more of everybody, want to see what's up with you because you're more broad. So Uh, I think I think a lot of this had to do with, she basically just broadcasting that she want a white man, and she doesn't get approached by white men, and it's confusing her. Like, what is it about her that makes her don't get approached? I think she thinks in her head that she's assuming if she were white, more white guys would approach her, which probably can be the case. But it's probably just mainly the way she's carrying herself, maybe her social circle, and on top of that, proximity. Like, her, what school are you going to? What workplace are you in? What clubs do you go to? What social events that you go to? What, you know, like all of that matters. You know, because me, majority of the women I ever dated, or majority of the women I ever talked to were black. Have I had some mixed girls? Yes, but barely any white girls. And I be thinking like, damn, maybe white girls not attracted to me. Because sometimes I'll be on a dating app and I'll swipe on a white girl just to see what happened, but most times nothing happened, and I'll be wondering like, damn, are they attracted to me? Which I don't really care if they are or not, but it just a thought that popped in my head, and I think a lot of that got to do with I'm not in no proximity of them. You know, Now, when it comes to the online, that might be a different story. But just like out in the real world, I'm not in proximity of them, nor am I really attracted to them like that. I like black women because they have certain black features that I go for. But white women aside, same with the Latinos. I'm I'm not in proximity of them like that. I think a lot of that has to do with that. But let me know if y'all agree with what she's saying. Or have y'all ever experienced this? Let me know from the fella's point of view. Let me know from the lady's point of view. Put them down in the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what you waiting on? Until next time, I'm out.